Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It is Mara, and we are here with a craft roulette process video for episode 315. This week, Mr. Wheel gave us a project of hello, colors of strawberry fields, an element of hop, hops, or hopping, and random of big letters. And I kind of struggled this week putting this one together, but let's take a look and see what I came up with. Because I think we have it. Even though it was a little bit of a stretch, I think we got it. So, I don't know, some of you may already know, but I am a critical care rapid response nurse by trade. And as Mary pointed out, I triage my parameters. I didn't even actually recognize that that's what I was doing, but it's most definitely what I do. So I started with hop and hopping again this week because element seems to be the one that gives me the most difficulty most weeks. So I started with that, and I found this cute little guy on an old stamp set. And again, I do use quite a bit of close to my heart stuff because I used to sell close to my heart also years ago. I wasn't any good at it, didn't sell a whole lot. But I liked their stuff. I bought a lot, and so I still use it because it is good stuff. But anyway, moving on. I found this cute little guy. So I went ahead, and he looks like he's hopping away to me, skipping and hopping away, taking a flower over to see somebody. So we're going to throw this one on here. I really didn't have any papers out of the 10,000 sheets of cardstock that I have, amazingly enough. Didn't find anything that I really liked for patterns or for the colors that I liked. I did find a card that I kind of scrap lifted a little bit, which was kind of cute, but then I ended up doing something completely different and changing it a lot. So I'm not really sure if I scrap lifted it or just kind of got an idea. So I made my own papers digitally. So we have some pink strawberries, and then we have some red strawberry and some pink like strawberry smoothie color in here. And then we have some green for leaves, a little bit of brown soil, and some blue sky in here. So went ahead and made like a little diamond pattern piece in there. Then we're going to put a little green strip on here. And then we just put our little guy. And then I made this like multi-thick hello, which this is definitely a big letter sentiment for me, man. I do not hardly ever use anything that big. So those are some big letters for me. But I watered down some pomegranate ink and colored that. And I did the same thing with the blue to color in his flower. And then I just added in some alcohol markers to fill in the rest of that. And then we're going to throw in another little sentiment here. So let's go ahead and finish throwing this together and see how it comes out. I kind of like, I think it's interesting how I hardly ever did anything digitally and just pretty much stamped and plain papers, whatever, until I started recording videos. And now all of a sudden I'm doing all kinds of stuff digitally, which is fine. I just think it's interesting. Just an interesting observation. But I do like it. And I used to use my Cricut like all of the time, every single day, all of the time. And so I think it's just more so that I'm kind of getting back to that a little bit. And so that's a little more where the digital play is coming back into. So I do still scrapbook, and I like to scrapbook a lot. I don't necessarily scrapbook as much as I would like to, but I'm working on getting back there. I still didn't get that straight. Holy tamale. And I print my own pictures at home because I was so frustrated with the prints that I was getting at Walgreens and Walmart and places like that. So I did start just printing my own of whatever I wanted. So I do have several different types of printers actually. That makes it easier for me to just print papers also. And again, I'm not a real stickler on, like, especially for cards, how high quality this paper is. So I just printed this on a cheap little Printmate printer. And I have just a cheap little Epson Echo Tank printer also, but I do have a professional photo printer. That was more of my husband's doing and his buying, but I do have a professional photo printer at my disposal to be able to use also, depending upon what I'm working on. I don't think I'm going to pop any of this up here. I think I'm just going to keep everything kind of flat because this is multi-pieces, so it is kind of up enough for what I want. And I think I'm just going to slap that on there enough. Oof, I got that wet, so it's kind of, when I did that flower, it kind of got that wet a little bit. But I think we can get enough places with enough glue that we can hold it down and make it work. And I did just use a die to die cut that little piece out, which that was kind of an interesting die. I didn't realize, I'm kind of new to die, so I didn't realize that that one was only going to do the little notches in it. So then I went back and recut it. So it's not perfectly lined up, but it still works. All right, and we're going to put our little sentiment on here. You can see where I was testing the ink and testing the colors to see if it was going to match enough by just swatching it and slinking it across there. Kind of messy, but you'll never see it. It'll be fine. All right, let's throw this bad boy on here. Let's see where we want it. I might kind of move it up just a little bit, right? We have room over here. There, this kind of got wet too. I had to wait for it to dry for quite a while, but I really saturated it with the color and I was fine with that. Then I did do just a little bit of some white splatter over the top of it. It kind of muted in quite a bit, but I kind of like it that way. So I was okay with it. Again, super simple, but sometimes I think simple is just okay. Especially for things that aren't like, true masterpieces. I think it makes people appreciate it, but not necessarily guilty. Because I know a lot of people, they don't know necessarily what to do with the cards. They feel like they have to keep them forever, but they also don't want to. So, however, they should. I feel like we should always keep them forever, right? Gosh, look at these old sequins. You remember these things? These were like forever ago. I don't even know where to put this one at. Forever ago, and I literally have 3 left. I'm like, I'm using these to get them out of here. I don't like that there. Oh, I don't know where to put it. That's close enough, whatever. Okay. Super simple, but it meets our parameters and it's cute. It's always interesting to me how we do that mash between using the parameters, but yet also making it look like a normal card that people that aren't a part of Craft Roulette or don't know that it has anything to do with the episode would have no idea that it had anything to do with those parameters, that it's just a normal pretty card. So I think if you looked at this, you would have no idea about the parameters and you would have no idea that there was any criteria whatsoever to this card. It was just a cute card that's completely functional and could be used for just about anything. And that's what I like to try to do with all of my Craft Roulette cards. So I think it's cute. I think we hit all of our parameters. We have our hello in there. We have our strawberry field colors. This little guy's hopping right along, and we have some big letters. Oh, and then we're going to add this little one. I don't know. I might not end up putting it on there. I was going to put it on there, but I don't know. I might put it on there and I might not. I'll play with it for a little bit and see, but I might not put it on there. I might just leave it alone as the hello on there. All right, guys, I hope you have a good day, and I will see you again on the next one.